Hey everyone, what's happening? I am just about to share this stream link, so just bear with me, just give me a moment. How is everyone doing? Pretty interesting stuff happening in the market, so I'm going to be touching on my most recent OMI purchase, as well as on a few other cool topics. I am going to be also talking a little bit about another project I'm working with right now. Probably one that everyone knows. It's not the main one that I'll be talking about. But yeah, I will touch a little bit on that as well. So what? Touch a little bit on that as well. Okay, so what kind of cryptos has everyone been buying, or NFTs? I'm curious to know because I'm always open to looking into things. A lot of people have been spamming me with this VRA thing. Okay, so just tweet that out. Hey, Street Dog. That's good. That's good. Oh, okay. So interestingly enough, actually, let me share my screen just so you guys can see. Let's see. Okay, so interestingly enough, Japan has opened up their borders. So this was really interesting, right? Because I was looking at flight tickets for Japan. So October 11th, Japan has now officially opened their borders. Now that's going to be good for Japan's economy. The yen is actually down quite a lot. If we look at the JPY USD, you can see here on the month, it's just been on a steady decline. So 1 month ago was $0.009 per yen. Now it's $0.007 per yen. So that's quite a big drop. That is about a 23% drop. Like that is significant in 1 month. GBP USD is also quite similar because I am now this is interesting because this morning I remember it was higher this morning. Pretty sure it was 1.11 this morning. Yeah, actually it was. Yeah. Look, Friday at 10 a.m. it was, or actually if we go to 7 a.m. Actually no, let's go to midnight. So start of the Friday 1.13, and now it's 1.09. So the GBP has just been dying. If we go to 1 year ago, it was 1.37, right? So start of the year, I mean, GBP has lost like 20% purchasing power against the USD, and USD is freaking, I mean, if you look at DXY chart, dollar index, right? Yeah, I mean, the dollar's on a freaking bull run. And this is the thing is, whenever the dollar goes up, risk assets tend to kind of tank. And look at that year on date. Like, look at that. That's insanity. Yeah, so going back to a video I did a month ago where I was talking about why I sold everything on Vivi. And now everyone's starting to see like this is why. Because I mean, crypto it's kind of been through a bear market already multiple times. OMI's been through a very bad bear market before. And so I have a bit more confidence. Like in terms of risk, my NFTs are highest risk because NFTs, it's highly, highly volatile. It's a nascent market, so it's new, and there's a lot of risk involved in that. So typically the way I see it is I sell off my riskiest assets first and I work my way down. So it would make more sense for me to sell my NFTs, for example, than it would to sell, let's say, my Tesla stock. So it'd be like, for me, NFTs, then high risk crypto, like, OMI, for example, and then low risk crypto, like ETH, and then, stocks and shares, like Tesla stock, for example. And if I was still investing in indices, then my index funds. And then right at the bottom would be like, the stuff that pretty much has barely any yield, like, ISAs and bonds, that kind of stuff. So it's been very, very interesting to see how it's played out, because everything I spoke about in that video 1 month ago, that's what's exactly been happening, right? Is I mentioned with the interest rates a month ago that the rates had not gone up in line with inflation, and we were going to see a lot more increases in rates. And that's exactly what we saw. And I said, with the increase in rates, that's going to have a much bigger squeeze on people's disposable income, especially with the run up to Christmas when people tend to liquidate things. That's exactly what happened as well. And, I did make the prediction that we're not going to see the worst of it yet. Like, the worst of it is still to come. December is going to be very, very tough. People liquidate for Christmas. People get hit harder with energy bills, the utility bills. And, winter is just generally a bad time for supply chains. Like, the weather conditions get worse. There's a lot more demand on supply chains as well for food. Like, again, that ties in with Christmas. A lot more people are traveling as well. So, travel prices tend to go up a lot during Christmas time. So people are squeezed again with the train ticket and flight ticket prices. I was going to actually talk a little bit about the flight ticket prices for Japan. But yeah, everything's kind of rolling together. And you have to ask yourself the question, are people really going to be out there, the average person, buying speculative assets like Bitcoin and things like that, when their disposable income's just being squeezed, like to the point where they're probably, taking out loans? The average person doesn't have much in savings, to be honest. And this year is going to be tougher than the last. Like, inflation's been like the worst that it's been in like 20 years. GBP to USD is like the worst that it's been in like 20 years. People are having their purchasing power absolutely eroded away, and it is insane just seeing all of this kind of happen, like, and living through it. Let me just check out the comments. Hey, Yusuf. Hey, Rob W with the Spidey PFP. Nice. Yeah, so that was the first thing. Now, I will just quickly touch on this. So, yeah, this is really crazy. Like, I looked up these flight prices, right? Like, not that long ago. And, like, these ones here that are for 1.5K, they were like, 800, 900 before. And these are actually incorrect prices, because they add like their own like kind of like surcharges and taxes on top. So it's nearly double actually. So yeah, like a lot of these. Oh yeah, actually you can see the subtotal there, and it's even higher, to be honest, when they add the surcharges. So this is probably like 4.5K now. And these were a lot less, like, just a week ago. I think flight prices went up by like 50%, which is insane. So yeah. Okay, so there was that Disney announcement today. Let me just pull it up. I made an error on this. I don't know if they corrected it. Okay, they've corrected it now. So the Disneyland Paris drop, right, is 60 gems each, and they're all secret rare. So this is what I was predicting, is they were all going to be secret rare. But the really cool thing is all of these are animated, and they're not like the lenticular animated like the other posters. They're just, static animated, which is great, because these are going to be great for people's showrooms. Like, I can imagine people kind of blowing it up as like the floor and the ceilings. So Small World, that's cool. Orbitron. Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be a cool one for people to have as a backdrop, because then you've got like that kind of pirate kind of cove in the background. And this one is going to be really good for like people's ceilings as well. This is the one I really want, the Sleeping Beauty Castle. Only one free editions. Yeah, I mean, I'm calling it now. These are not going to go below retail. Like, definitely not going below retail for these. Because they're all quite low editions. They're less than 2,000 editions. They're all secret rare. They're all Disney. Animated as well. I mean, and 60 gems is not that much. Like, I would say, I'm going to make a prediction on these, right? Is I am going to predict for the 1,900 edition ones, I reckon these are going to go after the drop for around about 150 to 160 gems, around about that range after the drop. The Disney poster, this one with one free editions, I'm predicting this one goes for about 250 gems after the drop. I think 250 is pretty fair for this one, Sleeping Beauty Castle, so that's about a 4x. And then around about 150, 160-ish for, all the other ones. That's like 2 to 2.5x. And I think that's pretty fair for these ones. Let's see, they're going to be 90 gems. 90 and 140. I think that's too low. And the reason I say that is, even right now, the daily active users on Vivi, when there's no drop or anything, is about 4,000. So anything that's 3,000 or more tends to like kind of struggle with, the pricing. But 2,000 or less editions, like those ones tend not to go below retail usually, if it's especially a good IP like Disney. 90, 140 just seems a bit too low. Maybe after like a week or 2 weeks, let's say after 2 weeks, I think 90 and 140 is possible after 2 weeks. But right after the drop, like if you look at the lamp, for example, the lamp after the drop was around about 150-ish. The Disney D was like 200-ish. So, and those had like, 10,000 editions. So these were less than 2,000, I think. 150 for the other ones, and around about 250 for the Sleeping Beauty Castle. I think that kind of makes sense to me. But yeah, 2 weeks after the drop, I reckon, the price will come down quite a bit. Hey, OBL, how's it going? Haven't seen you in the stream for a while. And I haven't seen you in person yet, even though you're in the UK. You've missed like 3 different meetups now. Let me see. Can I show you guys my OMI purchase? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So if I go to crypto assets, I think I can go to history, right? History. I mean, you can see it there. Should come up here. Yeah, here you go. So, does it show the actual buy? Oh, where do I see that again? It was under. Let's see, my orders. Order history. There we go. And why is it not showing? Oh, maybe it's under here. Not investment history, cash orders. Oh, here we go. Okay. So you guys can see I set my OMI order here on the 15th of September. So about 9 days ago, 9 days ago. And my average fill price was 0.00133, right? So that was the price I bought in at, because it was just zoning in that range for ages. And, it's come down actually a little bit since then. But I filled in around about 4.7 million, just very slightly under 4.7 million OMI. I wanted it to go lower so I could get 5 million, but I was like, you know what, I'll settle for this. And obviously, since I bought, it did drop a little bit lower, but that's obviously why I didn't put in my whole bag. This was kind of like the USDT that I just had sat there on my account. I do have quite a bit of gems, which I've just been holding in my account. I'll show you guys in a bit. And that's going to be used for, my big OMI purchases once I believe it hits that kind of 0.001 range. that's the kind of range I want in order to put in my big purchase, and then hopefully from there I can get 100 million OMI. That is the end goal, hopefully. But yeah, if we go to markets, OMI. Yeah, so we're on 127 now, right now, 127. And as you can see, actually, OMI is trading quite low, like very low. It's kind of bouncing around this 1-2 range, which is good. Yeah, I think OMI should be coming down a bit lower. I think ETH is going to go to around about 600, 700-ish. Bitcoin, I think that's going to go to around about 14K. OMI, I think, is going to come down to around about 0.001. There's just going to be too much buying pressure at 0.001, which is why I think it's going to struggle to hit triple zeros. Let's see. Let me just hop back onto here. I know, dude, timing just wasn't right. Many events to come in the future. I'm not going to be going to New York, but I am going to California, Anaheim. So I'm going to be going there in November for Decon. And then in December, I'm going to be going to Japan for 2 weeks. So for Christmas and New Year, I'll be in Japan. What do you think? That OEP paper would pump the price? I mean, I think it will, because it's going to answer a lot of questions that people have. A lot of questions which right now people are fearful of just because they think it's not going to happen. So some of the things I believe the OEP is going to deliver. So I'll go with the things that we do know, right? So in the last AMA, Reese mentioned the new ticketing system. So with gold, silver, and bronze tickets, we know that there's different tiers of OUP queuing. Actually, I'll go through some numbers with you guys, some very basic numbers on why I believe the OUP, even with its basic form, is going to absolutely pump the price of OMI. I'll go through some numbers in a second, and very conservative numbers as well. So that's one thing. I believe they've got a new compliant method of OMI buybacks as well, because we know that buybacks were removed, and then everyone was like, oh, it's never going to come back. They had options, and I believe we will see one of those options exercised. OMI staking as well. So what can you unlock with OMI staking? So, we've had confirmation that you can unlock the ability to rent your NFTs, to burn collectibles for points. These are some things that people do want to do. And then you've got like the more aesthetic things like displaying your mint numbers in the showroom, and kind of like the things that are more of a flex that, I would say imagine quite a lot of the whales would be interested in, just because, that's like a very whale thing to get involved in. But yeah, like OUP, really cool stuff. Did you ever get anywhere with building that world for VR chat? I have a few ideas for the VRC universe. Oh, so I never got the account to build a world, because you need to have like a special verified account. But then Spatial kind of came along. So Des is very, very kind of into building on Spatial. I think Des is like one of the best people to reach out to. I think there are a few other people heavily involved in building Spatial stuff, but Des is like the one that comes to mind. He's like the Spatial guy. Hey, Kobe Collects, how's it going? Excited about you already on the app and already on OMI price. Okay, so I'll share with you guys one of the things that will, and very basic numbers here, that will pump OMI price, right? So let's say I'm just gonna pull out a calculator, right? Just so you guys can see. Okay, so one thing in the OUP is going to be OMI wagering, right? So let me just see if I can pull up the medium for that first. OMI wagering, let's see. Or OMI Q, maybe. Oh, okay, it's OMI raffle. So let's see, staking tiers, drawing, clicking about trading, market fees, OMI market transaction fee. Okay, so at a set time before a drop, the OUP drop raffle will open to those collectors in OMI staking tier 2 or higher. So firstly, in order to participate, you need to be an OMI staker in tier 2 or higher, right? So that's first thing. Now, if you go to tier 2, you need to be someone who has staked $5,000 worth of OMI. So, or you can just choose to burn $1,250 worth of OMI. So $5,000 worth of OMI, just keeping round numbers at, 0.1, that's going to be 5 million OMI, right? So 5 million OMI straight away locked up per person. That's just in tier 2. Now, why would they want to do this? Well, let's say someone really, really wants some of the higher kind of grail level collectibles. Let's say they drop another AF-15 kind of comic, right? Like, let's say they decide to do, I don't know, like they get the DC comics and they do Action Comics #1, right? Like everyone would go for that, no doubt about it. And many people would use multiple accounts. So it doesn't make sense for people to try and, like increase their sets on multiple accounts, because that's just really expensive. You might as well just buy some OMI and then wager it, right? So what does wagering do? So basically, you will use your OMI to purchase these raffle tickets. And upon successful reservation, the raffle tickets you get will be used up. The OMI you used to purchase it will be burned. Used to top up the reserve wallet, burned basically. And you will then get your collectible. Now, basic numbers, right? So if I go back to here, now let's just use the AF-15 drop as an example. Now, the one speculation I'll make is the size of the OUP queue. Now, the rumor is, with OUP, MCP, and normal queue, it should be a three-way split. So 33% OUP, 33% MCP, 33% normal queue. So AF-15 was a 10,000 edition drop. Now, most people, I asked a lot of people on Twitter, and I asked them, without knowing the price of AF-15 today, going back to the drop time, how much would you have wagered in terms of OMI in order to secure that drop? And on average, most people said, I would have wagered about $100 worth of OMI. And if they had chosen to do that, they'd be in massive profit still right now, right? AF-15, I think that's still like between a 400 to 500 comic. If you wagered $100 plus the $20 to purchase it, that's still like 3x, 4x at least, just for the common. So let's say 10,000 editions, 33% goes to OUP. So I'm going to round it down a bit. So 3,300 editions. Now, people say they would purchase, wager on average $100 worth of OMI. So that is $330,000 worth of OMI burned just on the queue. Now, other people who wager and they aren't successful, they have 10% of that amount burned and the rest refunded, which is fine if you don't wager too much. Like, it's like massively increasing your chances. If you don't get it, and you wagered $100, and that's $10 gone. That's like not a big deal. I see people burning more than that in like the random comics. So just on the people who hit, that's 330k. Now, on average, you're going to get some decent volume on these kind of comics. Like Marvel, the AF-15s, those are trading like crazy. You can very easily get another 170k worth in OMI transaction fees just from the OMI market fee. And then OMI to NFT as well. But we're going to keep it conservative. So let's say 330k plus $170,000 worth of OMI burn. Now, if you look at the spreadsheet by Pudding Cheeks, we tend to have way more than that per day. But I'm just going to keep conservative numbers here. But that gives us $500,000 worth of OMI. Now, let's say hypothetically, it's a proper bear market. OMI is 0.001, which is about 20% below what it is right now. A lot of people believe it's going to go lower, but let's just say 0.001. That is 500 million OMI. Now, that's in one drop, and that's not including any of the other burns involved, nothing to do with the staking. Let's just include the staking as well, right? Actually, so let's say all of those 3,300 people, they're all tier 2. So they need to have staked 5 million OMI each, right? Now that's locked up. That's not burned, but at least it's not in circulation. So, let's say 5 million. That is 500,000, 5 million. Okay. So times 3,300. And all of a sudden, you get, let's see, that's a lot of zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that's 17 billion OMI just for 3,300 people who are staking, plus the actual 500 million that's removed from circulation. So that's with a small handful of 3,300 people who decide to do the OEPQ. Now, how much damage would 17 billion OMI do to the circulating supply? Well, OMI circulating supply. Let's see. I think CoinMarketCap might be accurate now, or is it CoinGecko? I think CoinGecko has been updated. Okay, so that is the circulating supply. I think that still seems high. I think it should be lower than that. 281 billion. Is it that much? I think it's that much. Okay, let's just say 281, right? So 281, actually 17 divided by 281, right? But that is 6% of the circulating supply just removed. And that's just to go for like the one drop. We've got that many people who have staked, and more people will obviously be staking, right? It's not going to be like there's only 3,000 people in the app who have decided to stake. There's going to be more than that, and there's going to be more people, and there's going to be more types of burns. There's going to be the buybacks as well, which will be happening compliantly. That's going to add burn, and so just that one feature on just that one drop with that one set of people, we wipe out 6% of the circulating supply. This is actual circulating supply, not like non-circulating reserve supply. And so across a year, let's say we have that. Okay, let's ignore the staking amount, right? Let's say 500 million on a Grail level drop. Let's say they drop, like at the moment they're doing like one really good drop a month, and that's going to scale up to about 2 really, really good drops a month. That's the kind of trajectory. So let's say they're doing 500 million from circulating supply per drop, per Grail drop. They do 2 Grail drops a month. That's 12 billion straight up burned. So 12 billion. And then let's say, we get a pretty good user base, right? Let's say we have, 50,000 users, right? 50,000 users is not a crazy amount, but let's say they all want to kind of stake, wager for tier 2. So firstly, 50,000 people multiply times. So let's say OMI is at 0.1. So they'll wager 5 million OMI. That gets us 250 billion. Okay, so we only need 50,000 users to wipe out the circulating supply of OMI. So my question is, do you think VV can get 50,000 users? That's not a crazy amount, right? Like you only need 50,000 people staking to wipe out the circulating supply. And that's why I'm saying that we don't even need to have 50,000, just 10,000 people, and that will have an effect on the OMI price. 10,000 users, right? In a bull market, an NFT bull market, with the backing of Disney, Marvel, additional big IP and brands, we can get way more than 50,000, right? We're aiming for multiple millions, but we only need to hit 50K users to wipe out the circulating supply. Assuming everyone out of those 50,000 users wants to do the OEPQ, which they will, because of how much of an advantage you will have on these Grail level drops, because they are going to do more Grail level drops. And if you wager a small amount of OMI to greatly increase your chance, then people will do that. Because, if you could do the Darth Vader or the AF-15 drop again, and if you had the option of chucking in, 20, 30, 50, $100 worth of OMI in order to secure that drop, pretty much everyone would do it. I definitely would. And so a lot of people haven't actually looked into just how much of an impact this will have. And these are like very simple, basic numbers. Like when you have all the other things that we haven't spoken about added on top, like that OMI supply is gone. And at that point, the people who were saying $1 OMI, like all of a sudden, they don't look that crazy anymore. I mean, I personally think OMI conservatively and realistically should be around about, a 10-cent token. I think a 10-cent token is pretty fair for the next bull run, which is, I believe, going to be 2025. Even the guy who, tried suing the company, he thinks it should be like, a 6, 7, 10-cent token at least. And that goes to show that, a lot of these people from quite early on, like they're holding and they kind of understand this program and what they're trying to do. But right now, because none of this exists, and a lot of people haven't actually researched how this works, which is fair, there's not that much kind of reading material on it. Like, it doesn't make sense. And anyone new to the project, they won't be able to figure this out. Like, it needs to be right there in plain writing for them to read. Right now, a lot of the information is kind of hidden and like kind of, like not like very concise, like in one location. Let me just drop back to the comments. So with these prices, or maybe even with lower prices, you can easily do 10x in a bull market. Yeah, I think we can very easily do a 10x in a bull market. Like that's even without OEP, I think OMI can do a 10x in a bull market, assuming they list on decent exchanges as well. Oh yeah, that's my bird. I'm like trying to get it to like chill out. OEP article this coming week. Yeah, I believe it should be this week. That's the target. Reese had like his big grin on his face when asked about it. So I'm hoping it's this week. Fingers crossed. I mean, look, right? So 100x. I'm not going to say 100x, but I'll show you guys again one more time for those who kind of missed it. So based on the article, right? Let me just go back to it. Okay, so let's say everyone wants to do tier 3, right? So $10,000 worth of OMI. $10,000. Remember that. Let's say we get 100,000. Okay, let's say let's stick with the 50,000 users, right? So we have 50,000 users on VV, okay? And we actually did have more than that real users at one point. Like now we have around about weekly active users is about 16,000, right? But let's say we've got 50,000 users. All of them go for tier 3 OMI. 50,000 times. Okay, so let's say OMI is at 0.1, right? So that will be 10 million OMI for $10,000. So we remove 10 million OMI per person times 50,000. That is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that is 500 billion OMI tokens removed from circulation. We don't even have 500 billion OMI tokens. You can't have 50,000 people reaching OMI tier 3 if OMI is at 0.1. If OMI stays at these price levels, not even 50,000 people can reach the top tier. Like there aren't that many OMI tokens. And that goes to show you like how much potential this has. Like you don't even need a lot of people. You just need a small amount. Like let's say Vivi doesn't even get 50,000. Let's say they get 30,000. 30,000 people. That is 300 billion OMI tokens. Like that is still more than the circulating supply. And that's not even including any of the burns we'll have, any of the buybacks. We need 30,000 people to stake for OEP. That is not a lot. Like I see people staking, I see more people than that staking meme coins. There are more than 30,000 people staking meme coins. And I've seen so many of them. In a bull market, with the brands that they have, with the proof that they survive another bear market, 30,000 people, and the OUP will wipe out the circulating supply of OMI. Like, that is all you need. So even if we do, not even 30,000, even if we get 20,000 people, like OMI will be a few cents at least at that point, with only a few billion left in circulation, which is probably then going to get burned as well anyway. So the numbers don't lie. It's just about how many people are going to have the conviction to hold through this upcoming bear market until all of this is implemented. Like, that's why I'm still buying OMI. I mean, to me, it survived a bear market before. The tokenomics is sound, and just these basic numbers, like, it makes sense. So yeah, that is that. Let me just hop into this. How much OMI do you have? I have nearly 47 million OMI. My goal is 100 million, so I'm nearly halfway there. I think I'll have 50 million probably, maybe next month, maybe 3 million, maybe next month, 3 million more. Oh, nice. Wow, you've already hit the target. I mean, 100 million is my target, but you've already hit it. So I should be asking, what is your target now? I'm late. Hey. Oh, Mr. Planet Profit. How's it going? Wow. Yeah, I'm waiting for crypto cash out as well. I think what they're going to do is they're going to enable crypto cash out with crypto cash in, because it doesn't make for them to just enable one or the other. Like, it should be a two-way system. And I think that's what they're going to do, because I believe that's what they want to do to bring more liquidity into the app. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the market to dip. If they don't have crypto cash out, then I'll cash out the normal way. Like, I get wrecked by bank fees, but there's no other way, then I'll do it. OEP is going to be OMI price area. Yeah, I mean, just the article alone, I think, will help pump the price. It might not be a long-term pump, but I think maybe it'll help it find like a more stable floor. Because right now, there's really nothing behind the OMI token. And until we get that article, until we get like, somewhat of a kind of plan of implementation, like, everyone's just going to keep saying the same thing. OMI doesn't do anything, which is fine, fair enough, like, it's true. But you can see from the numbers just how small of a change you need to make in order to send OMI off to, like, absolute astronomical heights. And some of the people who do keep quoting the $1 OMI or $10 OMI, like, I can see why they say that. Again, I'm going to still be conservative. I can see it being a 10-cent token by next bull market in 2025. You can see there you only need 30,000 people, not even that, like, you only need about 25,000 people going for OMI tier 3 to wipe out the circulating supply. And also, the rumor is we're going to get 2 additional tiers. So I believe the top tier is actually going to be 50,000 OMI. So imagine removing 50,000 OMI tokens from circulating supply and staking it up. You need even less people. You only need, like, 5,000 whales to go for that. And that will absolutely destroy the OMI circulating supply. That's for tier 3. So that's the current highest tier, although the next article, I think, is going to clarify the 2 new tiers. So there should be 2 tiers above tier 3, a tier 4 and tier 5. I think the highest tier is $50,000 worth of OMI, but the 30,000 is in reference to the people staking $10,000 worth of OMI. $4,000. What it tries to let's keep it things first. Okay. The Bitcoin halving is in 2024, so I'm calling 2025 for the next bull market. I mean, even 2026 is fine, to be honest. And that's only 4 years from now. Like, there were a lot of people from like 2017 who just kept buying all the way up to 2021, and that's when the next bull market happened. And those people had like 20, 30, 40, 50 Bitcoins. And Bitcoin went up to like, what was it, like $60,000 or something? Or was it 40,000? I can't remember. I think it was 60K USD. Fix the background. Yeah, that is my bird who's I don't know, kind of upset or something for some reason. Yeah, signature sound effect. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen soon, but once the OUP is in play, you have to remember there are multiple catalysts. There's a lot of big exchanges to come. Binance, I think, is going to be one of them. KuCoin as well. They've also got the OUP coming. They, at that point, then they can start to do marketing. I mean, they brought in like 20,000 people organically, like doing nothing, like in the last bull market. Like in the first, like, I think month, they had about 20,000 users. I remember I was one of the, you know, I was within the first 10,000 users, I think. That's when I joined. And then all of a sudden it went to 20,000 a week after. And then, there was like 100,000, like kind of around about May, June time. And then all the bots kind of came in, and then they thought they had over 1 million when a lot of them were bots. But real users, like even with the bots, they had I think around about 160,000 real users at any one time, and then like 1.5 million bots or something like that. How many bots have over 100K? Yeah, I think you're right. Over $100,000 worth for me, less than 100 people sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even talking about VVverse or VVverse land sales, or VVIP, which can burn OMI. I'm only talking about the staking. That's one thing. If we add in that stuff, then yeah, like that's another huge catalyst for OMI price. We need even less than 50,000 people. Obviously, we need even less than 30,000 people. We could wipe out the circulating supply with probably 15,000 people, to be honest, if you factor in things like VVverse land sales and OMI buybacks and all of the kind of burns from like external partnerships and things like that. But we don't need to wipe out the whole circulating supply. We just need to wipe out like maybe 30% of it, like a good chunk. And then once people see that it's real, like the burn is real, then there's like this effect of a snowballing effect of people FOMOing in because they're like, oh wow, this token actually has a real burn tokenomic, and then they look into it. But until that happens, a lot of people aren't going to look at OMI. Like they need that to kind of happen. And the first step is releasing the article. So yeah, I did also get asked by some people to take a look at one of the upcoming drops for Quid, and now I haven't looked too much into Quid, and I don't know how many people are in Quid, but they have something with the Rick and Morty artist coming up. So I have seen this actually, Musashi. This is kind of cool. So, what's the easiest way to see news on Quid? There is a actually that's kind of cool. 15 cents for a shrimp. You know what? I will buy this. I will buy this shrimp. I need 15 cents. You know what? I might just buy some stuff. I think I'm gonna buy some stuff on Quid just because it's so cheap and so I know you can mint some of these, right? So this is a sticker, but can you mint it? It should say mintable, right? Somewhere. Can I filter by mintable? Okay, so product type, stickers, cards, figures, okay. Edition, brand, special category. Oh, here you go, mintables, okay. So these are the ones I can mint. So let's see. Oh, I kind of want this cat. 90 cents. And that's quite low edition size as well, 800. I mean, it's not like some kind of a special branded IP or anything, but I would buy this cat for 90 cents from Cat Nerds, just because you can slap it in like a spatial on the wall. 90-cent cat. I will buy this. Let me get some money in quid first. I will buy this cat. What other cool stuff do they have? Is anyone actually? Does anyone have that? Has anyone actually bought any of the stuff in quid? Because I never like properly looked into it, but they do. Ooh, what are these? So we've got like the seller information there. See, the stuff on quid goes for like such a small amount, right? That okay, this would be cool looking on a wall in spatial, and it's only 29 cents. Like what I was gonna say is, the prices on a lot of this stuff is so low that I would just actually buy like $5, $10 worth of stuff on quid just for like fun, because you can actually move it into spatial. Like I would buy that sandbird for like 29 cents. Like, that's nothing. Yeah, so I believe quid has some kind of special Rick and Morty artist thing coming. I'm going to take a look into it and I will cover it properly, but because the prices are so low, like the pricing is like super volatile right now. Like look at that. Valiant Comics. 1,761% up. That's stupid. But I don't know if these are mintable, these Valiant Comic ones. Oh, this is a card pack. $2. I mean, I will give quid credit on the fact that their stuff is like really, really kind of like, you know, competitively priced to like, you know, what you might pay for a real world pack of stickers or cards. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I will take a look into this. I believe they have like an upcoming drop next week, so I'll have a look into that. It's to do with like a Rick and Morty artist, but I don't know too much about it. I need to have a quick look. DM you YouTube banner. Oh yes, yes. I was asking about Twitter banners actually. Let me go have a look. So there are some people who I basically said I will update my banner. So right now I've got this one on Twitter with the Daniel Lee. But I said if anyone wants to make a banner and kind of like give themselves credit, then I'll put it as my YouTube one if it's cool. Or I can rotate around banners for like multiple people. So yeah, I just thought it would be like a cool, fun thing to do. This one I've put up now just because I thought it was funny. Yeah, I mean, 30%, I think it can be done. Like, you don't need a lot of people, like 15,000 users. I think that can be done. Get off quid. Vivi's like the Walmart quiz, like the Dollar Tree. I mean, a lot of quid stuff is like $1. Like, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to buy the shrimp. I'll put in a few dollars in quid. I'm going to buy that cat and the shrimp. Oh, bat cows. Yes, let me actually. DC Marketplace. Okay, so. Oh, why the hell did it log me out? Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna log into this. Okay, let me reshare this on my side. Okay, yeah. So bat cows, I quite like them. So I've got the cow comic cover. I'm gonna call it a cover for now. Probably I suspect, unlock the full comic at some point. But, 99 sales, only 6,000 owners of this. That's pretty insane. Okay, so let's see. What is the lowest listed cow? So the cheapest cow is $450. Now, there were people flooding on the back cows. They're like, only 11,000 people minted it. No one cares about it. It's already like, going below, like, barely at retail, a little bit below retail. The cheapest back cow is 50% above mint price now. That's the cheapest one. So back cows, whatever one you have, you're in profit basically. And like the more premium ones with like the attachments on them, right? Like, where's the cheapest one with an attachment? I'm just going to keep scrolling until I see one with an attachment. Still none with an attachment. So they can have like an attachment on the head or the earpiece. We're at the 650s now. Let's see. Any with an attachment. I can probably just filter for attachments, but I've already started scrolling, so I'm not going to stop now. Okay, we're at 800 now, and still none with attachments. Come on, where is one with an attachment? We're at 900 now, and still none with an attachment. Ooh, this one looks cool. Damn, that's a good material. Back cow 89535. That's nice. Okay. We're at $1,000 now, and still none with an attachment. So if you have, oh wait, here we go. First one with an attachment, $1,000, right? So if you are lucky enough to get one with an attachment, the cheapest is $1,000. So that's more than 3x what you would have put in. So yeah, 3x if you got one with an attachment. Otherwise, you more than doubled what you put in. Well, not more than doubled. You like made 50% off of what you put in at least, just on any cowl, which is pretty nice. And then you would have gotten like some airdrops with it as well. You would have gotten the sigil, and you would have gotten the comic. So again, that in itself actually probably would have paid for like the cow. Seen the new FIFA NFTs. I heard about them, but I didn't look too much into them because I'm not really. Surprisingly, I'm not like a huge football fan. 90-cent cat, yes. I mean, if it's below $1 and it looks cool, I'll buy it. Like, even if I don't know what it is, I'll just buy it. Oh, thanks, Booth. I will buy this. Yeah, I mean, those like cheap marketplaces where things only cost like less than $1, and I can buy like loads of stuff for like $20. Like, I'll just go on a spending spree. Like, that's like wax actually. Like, a lot of stuff on wax is quite cheap, so I'll just buy like random stuff just because I think it looks cool. Like, I don't really care about reselling it, because if it's like $20, like I'll spend more than that on some drinks, like whatever. And especially if it's something that I can put in my own wallet, then at least I know I can like kind of show it off in Spatial or somewhere. So if it's cool looking, like I don't care. I'll just $20, like I'll just buy some stuff. Yes, I do have wax NFTs. I do. Let me see if I can show you. It's like the Atomic Hub Marketplace or whatever it is. See, Atomic Hub. Okay. I have to go through that annoying login process. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll show you guys which ones I had. So I got the DC ones. Let's see, DC Funkos. Oh, they've got like a A lot of cool DC Funkos, actually. That's quite cool. That's quite nice. DC. There you go. Okay, so I got in at Series 1. So, yeah, like a lot of these, like, this is like $2. Let's do price lowest. Okay, so 7 cents you can get. Wait, is this max token in this flash? Okay, so if you scroll down, 7 cents for a Harley Quinn. This is 7 cents. Like, I will buy that. 7 cents. I mean, I can't even think what I can buy in real life for 7 cents, to be honest. I mean, I'm in the UK, so I can't spend cents, but we use pence. But you know, Superman. This is like it's this the Injustice one. He's got like bright red eyes and the black Superman S. But yeah, 7 cents for the Superman. Black Adam. There is a Black Adam film coming out next month. How much is the Black Adam? 7 cents. That's very, very cheap. Like, it's just cheap in general. Nightwing with the animated background. 7 cents. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. The 2 Justice League members that no one cares about. 7 cents. Which I think is probably overvalued for them. You've got the Black Flash. 7 cents. Like, VV Comics go for $7, and even the crappy ones still seem to sell out. And then these are 7 cents. Like, we've got the Joker with his his Hawaiian shirt and it's that chest in the background. I mean, these are commons, by the way. Like, these aren't like the super rare ones, but 7 cents. Like, you can't like complain. And this one, it is transferable. You can move it around between wallets and burnable, apparently, so you can burn this. The Joker Beach Digital Pop. Oh, and they've also got proper pricing history as well. So if you go down, you can actually see, if we go to, let's say 6 months, right? So this dropped around about May time. So you can actually see the price change. So it was going for around about 38 cents, peaked around about 40 cents in July. And since then, 40 cents, it's been on a steady downward trajectory. It was as low as 2 cents at one point. So that was actually only 4 days ago. So if you bought at 2 cents 4 days ago, you would have made, and now it's at 8 cents, you would have made a 4x. I mean, like, you can still make like 200, 300% flipping wax NFTs. Like, look at that. On the 9th, on the 20th of September to the 23rd of September, that is a 400% increase on that little like bump up there. I mean, and you don't need a lot of money. Like, you need like $10 and you can go crazy on these wax NFTs. FIFA NFTs, $4.99 a pack. Okay, FIFA Collect. I'll have a look in that. Is there anime on Quid? So they have anime, but I don't think those are mintable as NFTs. I think it's a licensing thing. Quid doesn't have the license to do everything as NFTs because they do have Marvel stuff, but it's not mintable. It's just a normal kind of digital asset, not on the blockchain. I would have made 2 quarters. The Wax to ETH bridge is only currently supporting NFT brawlers NFTs. Yes. So there is like a cross-chain bridge. Wax to NFT is what's needed because I really don't like Wax. Like, if they had gone with IMX or something else, like, I would have been so bullish on these. I mean, it's hard not to be somewhat bullish because of how cheap they are. Like, when people see, like, some of these are first appearances as well. So if I go to Eradicator, right? So this is Superman's brother, Eradicator. You can get the first appearance of Superman's brother or half brother, whatever you want to call him, the Eradicator, for 9 cents. Not even 7 cents. He's 9 cents. So he's premium. But yeah, let's have a look at Eradicator's price. So when he dropped, Eradicator was over $1. And then he dropped all the way down to 19 cents. And then he peaked again around about 59 cents. And now he was 4 cents. 2 days ago, he was 4 cents. And now he is 7 cents. So if you bought him 2 days ago, you would have nearly doubled your money. And that's in USD. So you can swap this to wax as well, actually. You can see denominated in wax or USD. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I will take a few more questions if there are any more. Otherwise, we'll call it. We'll end it there. Actually, I'll show you guys. Can I actually show you guys my VV account? Let's have a look. I have to log in. Okay, can't be asked. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to continue watching for that OEP article. As soon as it comes, I will be covering it. But until then, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And yeah, I am going to be at DCon Anaheim. So I will be in Los Angeles from the 12th of November till the 22nd. And then I'm going to be going to Japan in December. But November, I am a speaker at NFT London. So it's the organizers of NFT NYC. So I'll be speaking at that event. And also in October, so I'll be revealing some other cool projects I'm working with. One of them is going to be exhibiting at New York Comic Con. So you guys will see that project. You know which one it is straight away. Because it is, I'll say it is licensed NFTs as well. New York Comic Con, watch out for that. So yeah, lots of cool stuff happening. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Oh, how many editions? I think that's reference to the wax stuff. The Eradicator is 4,621 editions, so it's not that many. Yeah, I mean, these wax NFTs, they're not actually that crazy in the edition size. They're like a few thousand. And that's a common one as well. So the rare ones are lower edition size. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next stream. See ya.